Hey everybody, this is Russell Medley. I'm one of the driver's ed instructors for Kaw Valley, and I'm going to do a quick tutorial on our Greenbush program that we will be using to complete your different lessons and quizzes and things like that. It can kind of be intimidating if you kind of look at it all at first, hopefully just some helpful tips here will get you started. So your guys' homepage will probably look similar to this. Now I am an instructor, obviously, and so my page might look a little different than yours. Okay, but most of the features are the same. You'll notice here in the middle is just kind of a little timeline, just with due dates and things like that. Remember, this is just a suggestion to kind of keep yourself on pace. You are still allowed to submit things, before or after these dates, but we would just really recommend that you try and follow along as best you can. That way, you're not cramming at the last minute to try and get everything in. A reminder as well that Mr. Vanderbilt and myself are actually not the ones who are grading these assignments, and there's actually a person through the Greenbush program that does that for us. However, you can still contact us with any questions or things you might have. The person grading it through Greenbush might also be reaching out to you guys throughout the course as well. What I want to bring your attention to is this stuff over here on the side. This is kind of where you will click on different things to get going. Um, the first thing I wanted to point out was this resources tab. Okay, and here the big thing is the driving handbook is listed here, so you guys can have that at your disposal to look up. I know you guys at some point will also have to take a handbook test, and so I know like when I was going through driver's ed, we just had the hard copy, but this is nice that you guys have an online version, so you don't need to go out and purchase it yourself. It's already there for you. So what you will do is you will first look at the lessons. Now these are all the lessons that you will complete throughout this course. A lot of it's just very like we have the first assignment is just general. Okay, you'll just click on it, and then you'll just kind of follow along here, answer the questions, um, and let me go back to the lessons here. So as you can see, it kind of covers a wide variety of different things in regards to driver's education. And so you'll just make sure you always click on those and follow along. It's very important that you go through the lessons before you actually go to the assignments. Okay. After you've gone through the lesson, then you will click on assignments. And here you will see the different assignments that are listed. Now, with these assignments, these are kind of papers that you will write. I don't want to give you necessarily a page limit. We're really looking for quality over quantity. So I'll just click on the first assignment here, squeezing the lemon. It'll give you an overview of the assignment. The big thing is that when you write these papers, the person who is grading this is going to be looking to see if you are addressing these questions. So somewhere in your paper, you need to make sure that you are fully addressing these questions. Okay, I would say at least about 3 to 5 sentences per topic if possible. Okay, it just doesn't need to be a one-word response, we want to basically see higher level thinking that you're actually thinking about it, and make sure that when you are submitting these that your paper is proofreading it, you have correct spelling, good spacing. I would recommend double spacing. Make sure you have those indentions on your paragraphs. And I would actually just address each of these questions in its own paragraph. Okay, so that's how you need to go about writing your assignments. Remember, 80% is the passing score, and so you will get a response back to you when your assignment's been graded. If it's something that needs to be fixed, the instructor will probably leave some comments on some uh, follow-up areas that you need to address. Okay, and then make sure I don't have the option here to show you how to submit an assignment, but after you do it on your end, it'll probably have something where you can upload your assignment. Speaking of uploading your assignment, I know a lot of you have Chromebooks, and so you might be using a lot of the Google Docs. It's very important. For some reason, the Greenbush program is very picky, and if you try and submit uh, a Google Doc, it's hard for us to open it. Most of the times we can't open it. So one thing I really wanted to point out is that after I complete an assignment on my Google Doc, I want to go to File, Download, and then select the Microsoft Word option. Remember, this is only if you're using the Google Docs here, but you can download it as a Microsoft Word, okay? And then that saves it as that doc. And then when you go to upload, just make sure that you are uploading your the one you downloaded, not the one you first started on. Okay, so that will probably save a lot of headaches there. That seems to be a big issue that kind of arises year in and year out. So once again, you go to File, Download, and then select Microsoft Word. Okay, all right. The other part is the quizzes. So after you get done with the different assignments, you will click on the lessons. I'm sorry, the quizzes. And here you will see quizzes that are for each exam. The acceptable use policy, that is one that you will want to fill out right away. That's just kind of the rules and things for navigating this online portal. The handbook exam won't be done until the end of class, so you do not need to worry about completing that yet. But after I got done doing the first assignment, then you will just click on the first exam, okay, and then you will go through it. And once again, you have to get at least an 80% to pass that quiz. You will see that it says attempts allowed. You do get 3 attempts, so don't freak out if you happen to get like a 75%. I think typically the answers are the questions are the same, and so you can kind of go back and look at the handbook or through the lesson and kind of think about maybe the answer, the questions that had you stumped a little bit, and then you can try and come back and take that quiz again. If you are having issues, let's say you get to your second attempt and you're still not passing, please reach out to an instructor. That way we can kind of help make sure that there's no issues on the program side. Okay. One thing too, I forgot to mention, when you guys log in, I know I'm already logged in on this program. Once we get you entered into the Greenbush program, you guys will be receiving an email. It will be going to the email that you put on your enrollment documentation. So some of you it might be under a parent's email address. So make sure that you're checking those emails, and then it will have you set up your account. One thing I would strongly recommend is that when you have your information, your username and password, make sure you write it down somewhere that you remember it. I know we all get in the habit of just clicking the part where it remembers all your information. When you guys come in to take the final, uh, obviously you'll probably be using a different computer than what you've been using throughout the course. And so you will need to know your username and password when you log in to take those finals. So I would recommend, like I said, writing down that information ahead of time. That way you don't forget it later. One last feature I wanted to point out was this little chat bar up here. Obviously, I have some old messages here. There might be times where the instructors will be sending out reminders or things like that. The person who does the grading through Greenbush might be sending out some important information. If you need to reach out to somebody, you can message an instructor. One thing I think in some of the assignments, it has you kind of collaborating with some of the classmates. And so you could send a message through there and reach out to your classmates on this program as well. So make sure you're always kind of checking at the little chat bar up here and like I said, reaching out, or make sure that if someone's trying to reach out to you, that you're paying attention to that. Okay, I believe that about covers it. You guys should be getting emails soon once Mr. Vanderbilt and myself get your enrollment information. We'll be sending that to Greenbush, and then it won't be long before those emails should be going out to get started on the website. Please make sure you're always reaching out, asking questions. Let us know if we can help you in any way, and make sure you're staying on top of it. Thanks, guys.